Welcome to our second presentation on our app Secura. We've done a little bit more development over the past few weeks and to change the pricing and make it less expensive. So we did a Google survey, a Google form, and posted it on our social medias to collect some primary data on marketing and how people interact with apps. We got 23 respondents in total, with 83% of them being female, all between the ages of 19 and 25. When asked what the most used social media apps were, it was Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat, and 87% said that they spend more than 3 hours on social media a day, with 13% spending 1 to 2 hours. We also included some questions on where do you discover new apps. 57% said on social media. This could be through influencers posting like hidden adverts on our social media channels, or accounts themselves that own apps posting themselves as well. And the rest said either through friends and family or through actual adverts. When asked what ad format they prefer, they said 52% like short form videos, and less people liked interactive content and static images. We also included a text box at the bottom. They said that they would like to download an app if they use it frequently, if they enjoyed it, and if it served a purpose. Our app is obviously for women's safety, so that is a big social cause at the moment, which makes it relevant to download. So what can we do? 91.3% of respondents downloaded apps due to seeing an advert. This shows that adverts are very prominent and still important to being able to download apps, so that's why we want to use it in our marketing strategy. 80% were more likely to try an app if it was recommended by an influencer they followed. So that's why we're going to contact local influencers to share and review our app. And 74% were more likely to use an app if it supported a social cause. Like what I said before, women's safety is really important and an ongoing concern. And we thought that our app would make a difference. 57% of respondents said that they didn't mind apps, that they don't think they're that annoying. We want to make our adverts viral trends, like on TikTok, to prioritize the top 3 apps like Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat. We're going to use short form videos, and including the AIDA model by Elias St. Elmo Lewis. The A stands for awareness. Through advertising and marketing, using those local influencers, we want to prioritize advertising to the highest level. Interest, desire, and action. Just trialing the app, see what users like, and then we can work from there. So here's Charlotte representing the app for us.
So yeah, in our last presentation, we had a small prototype of our app, but that was all static and just images. This time we've created an interactive version. Like we said last time, Secura is an app that a security app that connects with close friends for private support, but also engages with a wider community. And in this prototype, we're just showing some of the main features and how you would interact with that as a customer. So as you can see, this would be the main page, and then you go on the start a journey feature, which is the main feature. You enter your destination, and then you can start your journey. There's a big SOS button at the bottom, which if you get into any danger, you can press that and immediately the police will be called. The app also utilizes AI like geofencing to make sure that you take the safest routes. It also listens to loud noises, changes of pace, shaking a phone. You also have an AI chat box, which can give you a fake phone call, for example, and this way we make sure that you always are feeling as safe as you can on your journey. The only way to end your journey is by pressing the home button and using your Face ID. This way it's guaranteed that only you can end that route. We also have your safety net. This is private, and you can only add people you know personally in your lives. For example, here you can see you can talk with your family and also have private messages. You can also track them, so you can see what they're doing once they've started a journey, and then you will get an alert if it seems like they might be in danger, and you can call them, or if it gets to the point where you think they're in real danger, you can also call the police. Then we've got our forums, which is another main feature. This is what connects you with a wider variety of people. As you can see, you've got lots of different sections, lots of different groups. Manchester Metropolitan University, Greater Manchester Police, they can post on a wider variety so everyone can see it, but then also you as a customer or other customers can post anonymously, sharing news about what's going on in areas you might live in or areas you're interested in. We also have a support centre, and on here we just have hotlines like the National for Domestic Abuse, 114 Refuge, and this way we're making sure that if one of our customers, does get into some kind of dangerous interaction, that they always have help and they always have support. So yeah, that's our prototype, and hopefully that's how it will look like one day.
Thank you, Charlotte. So as Olivia previously said, I think what we want to mainly focus on right now is our marketing strategy in order to gather feedback and build a following of people who might be interested in the app. So I did some research about how much it costs to advertise on social media platforms. On Instagram, roughly, you're probably going to spend £1 to £5 a day. Instagram does suggest on their advertising website thing that you want to give yourself a budget of £5 a day. It also all depends on the cost per click. This can range from around 30p to 80p, but can also be as high as £2.70 in highly competitive industries. I do believe that Secura is quite a niche app, so we would have to account for that extra cost. It also matters about cost per 1,000 impressions. Sources say that it's around £6.70 to £8.50 roughly. So we would have to take into account those payments if we wanted to advertise on Instagram. However, there is a much, much cheaper option that is free basically, and that is just creating our own account for Secura, where the three of us would post promo and videos and pictures, and you can post forums on Instagram stories where we could get followers, if we build a following, to answer questions about the app. So that's probably the most cost-effective way of doing that. Another app that Olivia mentioned is TikTok. It does appear to be more expensive, probably because it is so popular, but you will reach quite a large group of people, especially younger people who might be interested in the app and are more likely to probably want to invest, perhaps. Another way of doing this, same with Instagram, is just making a secure account on TikTok where we can get involved in funny trends, like Olivia said, and post content on there and build a community while also pushing our main message, which is women's safety. It's also very easy to build very supportive communities on TikTok, so that could be good if people can chime in. The cheapest option is Pinterest, which is like 10p. However, you're not as likely to reach a lot of people on there, but that was just another option for advertising. So in our previous presentation, we did look up how much it would cost to develop an app that incorporated AI and more. This was a massive figure, about £5,000, which is quite unrealistic. So I looked into how we could make it in a more effective way. There are platforms you can use called no-code platforms, like Bubble, which means that we don't need to hire someone who is a mastermind at code, and you can just pay as you go, and we don't have to write any lines of code ourselves. We also, I think I realized that we should start with our core features of the app first that really solve the initial problem we're trying to fix. So that is the SOS feature and the map. Obviously, in future, we want the geofencing and the AI, but that is the most expensive part of it. So as the app gets bigger, hopefully more money can be invested to things like that. But to begin with, we need to be realistic and we start small. Our roadmap as of now, I think, is essentially focusing on marketing and building a big following for the app and building people who might be interested, building a community of people who might be interested in helping us build this app. And yeah, starting small, doing low budget advertising, building on feedback that people give us, and hopefully it will get bigger from there. And we will find money from people who want to invest. In our previous presentation, we spoke about, wanting to include the police and universities, which hopefully one day we will do.
So thank you very much for listening to our presentation. We hope you enjoyed it and have a good rest of your day.